All right, and two other things that I want to touch on. Um, First is I don't know if you guys if you live in Virginia or on the north in the anywhere in the Northeast, but it's been weirdly overcast the past few days. So what's going on? I didn't say anything about it because whatever. There's so much other shit going on, but this is obviously become a bigger issue. Uh, so about a week ago, I guess now, several days ago, it was these fires broke out all over Canada, all over, just spontaneously, like in lines. It was the weirdest shit. I mean, all over, stretching for thousands of miles. Dutch Sense, Dutchsinse. I've been following him for years, but if you guys want to get the scoop on, he's been covering it for the past, since it's been happening. He called it as soon as it showed up on radar. He's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And people were trying to blow it off like, "Oh, that happens every year. They're just yearly fires." Um, I don't know if you guys know, but they just canceled all flights in New York. The air quality index is horrible right now. We've been overcast all the way out in Shenandoah Valley, Virginia, for the past, I think at least, I think it's came in 3 days ago, but it's hard for me to remember. But it was about 3 days ago. The news never said anything. They did. The news never said anything. And that's why, that's, you sit there and you go, okay. But they just started covering it today because they didn't have a choice because they had to shut down the airports and everything else. So, anyways, my point is that don't go to any kind of mainstream for the news. Go to Dutch Sense. You'll get this. It'll show you the radar. Explain. You can see everything that happened. You can follow along. I'm not following along with it. I could care less. I mean, they don't even know. Like, there's two different theories. Either it's directed energy weapons, or by the hands of fire starters. They talk about fireboxes, setting out fireboxes in areas and then setting them off at the same time. Or they were talking about. I've heard chatter of these of possible groundswell, the heat coming out of the ground and starting these fires. Um, so again, and they've been spraying they've been spraying us with these chemicals that allow these trees to burn from the inside out now and everything else, because they are in the root systems and everything now because they've been spraying for decades. So, anyways, I'm not trying to get off on a weird thing, but I mean, if you live in the Northeast and you just think it's been cloudy the past couple of days, that's not clouds, that's smoke. That's your whole atmosphere, the whole Northeast United States, most of Canada right now is completely covered, on the Northeast. So, um, yeah. Uh, and then the other thing I wanted to touch on was, so it's been a month since I made videos. It's very stressful for me to make videos, and what I'm understanding, because now I'm starting to understand what this ADHD is, and I'm understanding the issues because I got rid of. So I got rid of all my splits. Right, all my splits are gone. I feel centered. I feel like I'm in 100. There's nothing else going on here other than the programming that I'm dealing with. Um, Occasionally, I feel like AI interference, but from using the phone. Um, but otherwise, no, I don't feel any demonic attacks. I don't feel any other entities out there, pulling strings over me right now. I haven't. So the reason I say this is because I'm very clear. So I'm very clear now, but I've been teetering on the edge of burnout because I've been working so hard. So I've been observing myself, and I've been finally understanding what they meant by ADHD the symptoms and these things, these mental disease symptoms. And the ADHD is no joke, dude. I got like a serious fucking case of ADHD. That my symptoms come out like 10 times worse when I'm stressed, or when I'm, you know, when I'm stressed, or under a lot of pressure, or close to burnout. Like I can handle a lot, but once it goes, and then all my symptoms just go bloop. So the reason I mention this is because I'm trying to establish. I did these videos today because I got to get this shit out. And what happens to people with ADHD, our minds race so badly, and I go into so much fucking detail on things, and it goes by so quick. And once it's gone, I'm all right on to the, there's 10 more other things waiting in line. So, having ADHD like that, it's like you're a genius constantly. And the only way you can portray or get that out is if you're able to sit coherently and speak it out, or write it out, or act it out, or whatever you got to do at that moment. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's just a fucking another very fucking in detailed thought process about something that is just like genius, but it's like another genius thought, comes and goes, and so I got to get comfortable using these terms, and that's why I did these videos. I went ahead and made these videos today because it had to come out, like I'm my nerves and everything, and physically I'm sitting on the edge of burnout. But this is healing at the same time, and that's why there's a time for everything. I'm not pushing anything. I'm just allowing, and doing as I need to. And then I don't realize the impact of why I did something at that moment until like afterwards. So, and this is not unheard of. That, like, this is something that people keep to. They're like, fuck, I don't want to tell people I'm a goddamn genius. They're gonna think I'm fucking out of my mind. But people already think I'm fucking crazy anyways, and I don't give a fuck what people think anyways. But so come to find out though that this is like everybody that deals with ADHD, to varying degrees, these mental issues, that's what we're dealing with. So these types of things, this is one of them, and then what doesn't help is like the mania. When the mania comes on, like you could see me in those videos getting excited as they progress through them. And that's not good, because that's what wears me out. So I got to be careful about getting too excited, and let my blood pressure get up. Because again, I've been doing all this work, but it's with my nose, breathing through my nose all fucking day. You know what I mean? And just moving at a steady pace and not getting excited. So, yeah. And not finishing thought process, like these videos that I did today. I did like 4 videos, I think, this morning, and they were like 15 minutes a piece or more, and I kept on losing my thought process. I didn't even finish. I would start something and then get off on a tangent. Come to find out, all of this is. So what I'm doing is I'm not attempting to nourish that flaw in my ability to communicate. I am trying to push the envelope and see and accept myself and my disabilities, instead of trying to cover them up, or when I get stressed, not speak and just sit here by myself with my thoughts in my head. So and then that's the other thing, you can see my visual representations, like I'm at the store, and if I gotta, oh my God, I had to deal with. So in between this video and the videos this morning, I had to go out and do a fucking Lowe's order for a customer. It was a nightmare. I ended up in Winchester. I ended up at 3 different lows. And it was extremely, 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 extremely stressful. And, you know, and I'm just like, I'm sitting there looking at the girl, you know, and anyways, so yeah, you know, this is something that I'm having to deal with, and I just have to accept the fact that I look like a fucking weirdo, but, you know, it just is what it is. And I'm processing and moving through things, and I'm clearer than ever before. And like I said earlier, you know, I'm stronger. I feel my spirit is stronger. Like, I'm so connected. I'm so clear. I'm so, you know, so those are important. I'm right now, I'm just flirting with this nerve and physical burnout again, because I've been pressing so hard. So I just need to sit back and remain calm and get calmer, you know. Like, all that excitement today, just it's got me, I feel a migraine coming on. So I already ate, and but, you know, I'm gonna take some ibuprofen, and yeah, and then go to work tomorrow. So yeah, that's what it is.